Solar, protector solar. Pero solo eso. So, Lindas, this was an exciting salon. It liked a bit of mystery. It kept you on your toes. When I walked in to get an appointment, I asked for the price, and they give you a range. A range. You're gonna keep guessing until you're done with the makeup. But I guess the range wasn't that bad. It was between 40 to 60 euros. So the difference wasn't too high. What I didn't assume is that it would break the range. I didn't know we were gonna go well and beyond. 80 euros. 80 euros I paid for this makeup, Lindas. And I'm not gonna say anything about it. I just want you to know that I paid 80 euros for this. No. Tienes que abrir para arriba, ¿no? Why? Why can't I say no? Why can't I say no? Para humedecer el ojo y ponértelo un poco más blanquito, ¿vale? Te van a hacer fotos. This lady is putting something in my eye and I have no idea what it is. And I was just like, okay. Please, what is wrong with me? Anyway, after we put some eye drops, it was time to put some hairspray. She sprayed a disposable wand, I guess to comb my eyebrows with hairspray. I mean, eyebrows have hair, so it makes sense. But the amount of things that were around my eye and in my eye in today's video, I think it combines all 6 years of me creating videos in one. What's next? What's going in my eye? She really kept us on our toes. Just like the sponsor of today's video, June's Journey. What do you think of this plugin? June's Journey is a mystery game set in the 20s, and not only is it so aesthetically pleasing to play, Lindas, but it also fulfilled that nostalgic demand I had. Because it's a hidden objects game, and I used to play hidden object games after school. I'm just as bad as I was when I was a child. Where are the pearls? It also has a very interesting detective story that really kept me hooked because it just constantly evolved with new chapters released every week. It's also very interactive because the female protagonist, June Parker, has to use her intuition to solve cases using her emotional and social intelligence. She has to interact with the other characters. And of course, the most rewarding part is that we get to decorate our own island and play with friends. Look, we fixed the garden. So it's generally such a feel-good game. It's also available on iOS, Android, and PC. So Lindas, I think you should definitely give June's Journey a try. Download it using the link in my description below or scan the QR code on screen. Thank you, June's Journey, for sponsoring today's video. Tienes la piel blanquita, ¿no? Sí. You know, I'm glad we wiped it off. I'm glad we tried to fix it. The other shade she used wasn't my shade, but she blended it all the way down to my neck. So it was giving spray tan, and not in a bad way. Let's just say that. I don't want to remember that this was 80. But Lindas, that was about it. That was all we did for my face before we moved on to my eyes, and we never moved past my eyes. 90% of the makeup was on my eyes. Lindas, I realized how much I love yapping. I love yapping. I could talk for hours and hours, and maybe that's why I do these videos. It doesn't even matter what's happening anymore. Nothing really shocks us anymore. We've seen it all. I just love talking to you, Lindas. And when I read your comments, it just feels like we're in this massive group chat, which I love. So there was a phone call in the back of this guy who was trying to get a gift card for his mom, which is adorable, to get her hair done. Obviously, I don't know how their hair services are. I mean, they were busy. Just while I was there was a man dyeing his hair and a woman cutting her hair. I'm sure they're really good. And actually, that's what shocked me even more when I saw the makeup. I had very high expectations. So maybe there are a few things that still shock us, actually.
¿Pestañas postizas?
No, sin pestañas.
Venga.
Porque no me gustan.
Vale.
También tengo pestañas un poco largas,
Sí,
pero
la
son
larga.
largas.
Ahora te las voy a rozar porque tengo un rizador eléctrico que te va...
Ah, sí.
Sí.
Vale.
cabello limpio o semi-limpio. Yo puedo trabajar en él en seco.
Yeah, you heard that right. An electric curler. As if we needed to make that contraption even scarier than it already is. Let's add heat to it. Let's make it electric. I mean, on paper, sounds like a great idea. Something about the fact that someone else is doing it so close to your eye was not very comforting.
Sí, sí, ves que lloras, abre la boca. Es que si no estás acostumbrada a eso te puede molestar.
So, I don't think we've seen my eye looking this way ever. Thus, I don't think I've ever cried as much as I've cried in this makeup. And for what? For what? It was high risk, low return. Really nothing happened in my eye, but boy, it was waterfalls.
Con eso vamos con el otro ojo. Estás acostumbrada, ¿no? Mucho maquillaje.
Sí, pero sin líquido. Did you notice that the camera was blurry? Well, I didn't. My eyesight was blurry. That I literally didn't figure out the camera was out of focus. But I guess, Linda's, that's for the better for all of us. Because we don't want to see this in HD. You know, we don't want to see this in 4K. Actually, blurred up, it looks better. Maybe I should keep it blurred.
Es azul. Sí, es que si no, así no queda tan fuerte el...
Primera vez que...
Tú dejas así como cerrado ahí. Bueno, vas a notar un poquito de calor, pero no.
Es como un secadora, pero por pestañas.
Sí. Es un rizador eléctrico. ¿Qué? Un rizador eléctrico con calor. Anda.
No, voy a comer ahí. No, no te preocupes, de verdad.
La camiseta.
Bueno, ahora en el baño si no me... Que no te preocupes, de verdad.
80.
80?
80. I couldn't relax half of the process because she mentioned something in the beginning. Anticipation, you know. She said she had an electric curler and she wanted to use that on my lashes. An electric curler. So you know I was shaking in my seat. I couldn't like think of anything else throughout until we got to that electric curler. I really trusted her and she did a pretty good job with it, to be honest. But like the anticipation killed me. It was such an interesting mess, the whole thing. Like I've never cried in a process as much as I've cried in this one. First she used drops on my eyes. She was like, it's gonna make your eye wider. I was just too coward to say anything. And then the liner, it was literally this long, the pencil. You're not used to makeup, huh? And I was like, I'm already crying now, just remembering it. It was bad, Linda's. I have not cried this much in a while. The makeup itself, it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. It's a bit old school, maybe. Well, Linda's, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think it's worth 80 euros? I don't think it's worth 80. I think it's worth like max
20.
No, let's say 40. Let's say 40.
It's the kind of makeup where you look a lot better without the makeup.
Oh.
You know?
That kind of beats the purpose of makeup, though.
It does.
Well, Linda, do let me know what you think in the comments below again after you saw me wipe it off. And don't forget to check out June's journey. Okay, love you.